Did you know that Betty Boop was inspired by a black performer? Yep, before this iconic character graced our screens, there was Esther Lee Jones, also known as Baby Esther. So please, allow me to introduce you to the original Betty Boop. Born in 1919 or 1920 in Chicago, Illinois, Baby Esther was only 4 when she became a fixture in nightclubs, delighting audiences with her scat singing and dancing. Unfortunately, there's no surviving footage of her act or live recordings of her songs, but to give you an idea, she would roll her eyes, make funny faces, smile to the audience, and make unique sounds with B's and D's, like for example, boo-doo-doo or boo-dee-doo. Sound familiar? In fact, she got so popular that she toured Europe in 1929 and even put on shows for royalty. Soon enough, her unusual baby voice became the signature of the Cotton Club in Harlem, and it was there that Helen Kane, a white performer, swiped her act and by extension decided to appropriate her signature style. Sadly, it was quite common at the time for white performers to steal the acts of their black counterparts without credit or compensation and become wildly successful. So, unsurprisingly, Kane became much more popular than the original creator she stole from until the Betty Boop cartoon debuted in 1930. In fact, quite ironically, one of the reasons we know of Baby Esther today is because Helen Kane filed a $250,000 lawsuit against Max Fleischer, Betty Boop's creator, for infringing upon her persona and profiting from her artistic creation. Yup, as Betty Boop became more and more successful and Helen Kane saw her own popularity dwindle, she decided to sue Fleischer and Paramount Studios because she felt exploited. As I said, ironic. Ironic indeed. The lawsuit backfired though because Fleischer testified that Betty Boop was modeled after multiple women, and Paramount Studios argued that Kane herself had taken her persona from Baby Esther, and archival footage of one of Esther's performances was even used as evidence. So they basically won the case by proving that a black entertainer had used the boo-boop-a-doo phrase before Kane or the original Betty Boop actress. And so Helen Kane walked away without a dime. Honestly, can't really say I'm mad at it. Sadly though, like a lot of black figures in history, despite it being proven that Baby Esther was one of the inspirations behind Betty Boop's character, she never received compensation, credit, or royalties. What's more, her life after the trial remains a mystery. But regardless, the fact remains that Esther Lee Jones was literally whitewashed from history and never received a penny for her contributions. And in that, she wasn't the first black artist nor the last to have their work stolen and not be properly compensated. But I will say this, Betty Boop is a symbol of the Jazz Age, and although this now renowned character is white, she would have never existed without black artistry.